Ready for a deep dive? Today we're looking into Buckminster Fuller.
Oh, yeah.
This guy really reimagined the world, and tried to reinvent
Uh-huh.
it, and I've got stacks of research here, notes, articles.
Yeah,
So
let's get into it.
let's jump right in.
What's fascinating about Fuller is how he approached problem solving, from this totally unique perspective.
Yeah.
He didn't think conventionally. He just saw these patterns, these possibilities,
Right.
where others saw limitations.
Yeah, and speaking of possibilities, did you know that this guy held 28 patents,
Oh, wow.
offered over 30 books?
It's amazing.
Mind-boggling. It's like this drive to just
Yeah.
explore new ideas.
Well, and that drive was fueled by, a really profound experience early in his life.
Okay.
In 1927, Fuller's on the brink of suicide. He's lost everything.
Wow.
Career savings, even his young daughter.
Oh my goodness.
But instead of giving in to despair, he makes this radical decision.
Yeah, he basically said, I'm dedicating my life to humanity to see what one person can really achieve.
Yeah,
Like he turned this personal tragedy into this grand experiment.
it is a grand experiment, and that experiment became the driving force behind all of his work. He wanted to understand how to do more with less,
Yeah.
how to maximize efficiency and create a better world with the resources we have.
Okay, let's unpack this more with less idea.
Yeah,
It sounds simple
right.
on the surface, but I'm guessing it goes much deeper than that.
It does go much deeper for Fuller. It wasn't just about minimizing waste. It was about challenging those fundamental assumptions,
Right.
Question everything from how we design buildings to how we even think about transportation.
So it's like this philosophy of efficiency
Yeah,
applied to every aspect of life.
exactly. And that philosophy led him to create, some truly groundbreaking inventions,
Yeah.
some of which were initially met with quite a bit of resistance.
That makes me think about the Demaction car.
Oh, yeah.
This three-wheeled, futuristic-looking vehicle, it looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. The Demaction car was designed with aerodynamics and fuel efficiency in mind. It had this teardrop shape, a rear-mounted engine,
Wow.
which was really radical for its time.
I bet people were like, what on earth is that?
Oh, absolutely. It was so unconventional that it was banned from some auto shows.
Really?
But it's interesting, a lot of the design principles that Fuller incorporated into the Dyaction car, like the emphasis on aerodynamics and fuel efficiency,
Yeah.
those are standard features in modern car design now.
So he was kind of ahead of his time
Very much so.
in that sense. But what about his most iconic creation, the Geodesic dome? I mean,
Yeah.
these structures are visually stunning.
They're beautiful.
What was the thought process behind their design?
The geodesic dome really embodies Fuller's more with less philosophy. By using this network of interconnected triangles, he creates this structure that's so strong, so lightweight and efficient. Imagine enclosing these vast spaces without needing any internal supports.
So it's not just about aesthetics, it's about maximizing strength,
Right.
minimizing materials.
Exactly.
It's like architectural origami.
It really is, and that's just the technical side of it for Fuller. The geodesic dome was a symbol of human potential, a structure that could provide shelter house communities and even enclose entire ecosystems.
It's fascinating how something so seemingly simple, based on basic geometric shapes,
Right.
can be so profound in its implications. Makes you wonder if we're limiting ourselves by clinging to these conventional ways of thinking.
That's the question Fuller wanted us to ask. He believed that by challenging our assumptions, exploring new possibilities, we could create a more efficient and sustainable world. But, challenge the status quo often leads to pushback.
I'm guessing that's where we get into the story of the Demaction house. Right, this was Fuller's vision for affordable, sustainable housing.
Uh-huh.
But it seems like it faced a lot of obstacles. What happened there?
The Dyaction house was designed to be mass-produced, energy-efficient, easily transportable. It was a revolutionary concept, but it directly challenged the interests of the traditional construction industry.
So even though it had the potential to address real-world problems,
Yeah.
it was met with resistance from those who benefited from the existing system.
That's unfortunately often the case with groundbreaking innovations. They disrupt the status quo, and those who profit from the existing order often push back against change.
Yeah, it makes you think about how many potentially beneficial ideas might be out there just waiting for the right opportunity to emerge.
I think there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the right time. It's interesting to think about how the right circumstances, can make all the difference for an idea to take root.
Yeah.
Like, take the geodesic dome, for example.
Okay.
Despite facing that initial skepticism,
Uh-huh.
it eventually found its champion.
Wait, are you talking about the military's adoption of the dome? I remember reading about that.
Exactly. In the 1950s, the military needed these structures that could be deployed quickly, could withstand harsh conditions,
Right.
cover large areas.
Yeah.
And guess what? The geodesic dome fit the bill perfectly.
So the structure that was considered too radical for civilian housing
Yeah.
became a strategic asset for the military. That's
Right.
a fascinating twist.
It is, isn't it? And the military's use of these domes, showcased their practicality, their durability on a grand scale. And that, you could say, was a turning point in the public's perception of Fuller's work.
It's almost like the military inadvertently launched this massive PR campaign
Yeah.
for the geodesic dome.
You could say that, and from there, the dome really took off. I mean, we see them everywhere now.
Yeah.
Museums, schools,
Oh,
homes, eco-resorts. It's a great example of how sometimes, all it takes is the right application to change people's minds.
okay, so Fuller was this brilliant inventor and architect. But what about his broader impact? I know he was also a deep thinker, a philosopher, who grappled with some of humanity's biggest challenges. Can you tell me more about that side of him?
Well, Fuller wasn't just interested in building things. He was interested in building a better future for humanity. He saw, this interconnectedness of everything, how we're all sharing this one planet, this one fragile vessel hurtling through space.
Right.
And that led him to develop this concept of Spaceship Earth.
Ah, yes, Spaceship Earth. I've heard that term before.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm not sure I fully understand its implications. Can you break it down for me?
Think of it this way. Fuller saw Earth as this giant spaceship,
Okay.
a closed system with finite resources, and we, the humans, are all crew members on this spaceship,
Okay.
responsible for its maintenance and the well-being of everyone on board.
So it's a call for global awareness and cooperation, a recognition that we're all in this together.
Exactly. Fuller was arguing that, our survival depends on our ability to manage resources responsibly and work together towards these common goals. And this idea, was way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
He was talking about sustainability long before it became a mainstream concern.
It's amazing how prescient he was, but thinking about Spaceship Earth, even though it's a beautiful metaphor, it can also be a bit daunting.
Yeah.
It really highlights the scale of the challenges we face, especially with things like climate change and resource depletion.
It's true. Acknowledging the scope of these issues can be overwhelming. But Fuller wasn't trying to instill fear. He was trying to inspire action. He believed that if we pooled our knowledge and ingenuity, if we embraced a mindset of collaboration, resourcefulness,
Yeah.
we could navigate these challenges and create a thriving future for everyone.
So it's not about giving into despair,
Right.
but rather channeling that awareness into positive action.
Exactly. And that's where Fuller's legacy continues to be so relevant today. His life is a testament to the power of one person to make a difference, to challenge conventional thinking, and to inspire others to work towards a better world.
And speaking of inspiring others, I know Fuller's work has had a significant impact on other innovators and visionaries who are some of the people who have been influenced by his ideas.
Oh, there are many people like Steve Jobs and Elon Musk have cited Fuller as a major influence. You can see echoes of his more with less philosophy in their work, especially in their emphasis on efficiency, sustainability, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's incredible to think about the ripple effect of his work, how his ideas continue to inspire new generations of thinkers and creators.
Yeah.
It really speaks to the enduring power of his vision.
It does. And that vision, at its core is about recognizing our interconnectedness, our shared responsibility for this planet, and our collective potential to create a better future. And that message, I believe, is something we all need to hear right now.
I couldn't agree more, but beyond simply hearing the message, what are some practical ways that our listener, someone who's maybe just starting to explore Fuller's ideas, can start applying them in their own life?
That's a great question. You don't have to invent a geodesic dome or design a futuristic car to embody Fuller's spirit. It starts with a mindset,
Right.
a way of looking at the world.
So what would that look like in practice?
It could be as simple as becoming more aware of your own consumption habits,
Okay.
reducing waste, or seeking out sustainable alternatives. It could be about getting involved in your community, volunteering your time, or supporting organizations that are working towards a more equitable and sustainable future.
It's about taking that more with less philosophy.
Yeah,
Applying it to everyday decisions.
exactly. It's about asking yourself, how can I make things better? How can I contribute to creating a world that works for everyone?
It's about embracing that same spirit of curiosity, that same drive to make things better, that same belief in the power of human potential that fueled Fuller's extraordinary life.
And remember, you don't have to do it all at once.
Yeah.
Start small, find what resonates with you, and build from there. Every little step counts.
It all comes back to that pivotal moment on the shores of Lake Michigan when Fuller chose to embrace life, to dedicate himself to humanity and to embark on this journey of innovation and exploration that would change the world.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have the capacity to choose a different path, to contribute something meaningful to the world, and to leave a legacy that extends far beyond ourselves.
Yeah, it really is a profound question that, it challenges us to think about what we're contributing to the world, big or small.
It really does. And you know what? It's not about comparing yourself to a towering figure like Fuller. It's about recognizing that everyone has something unique to offer,
Right.
A spark of genius that can make a difference.
I love that it's about finding your own way to make the world a little bit better, a
Yeah.
little bit more efficient, a little bit more Fuller.
Exactly. And if you're, feeling inspired to dive even deeper into Fuller's world and really understand how he thought, I highly recommend, exploring his writings.
Yeah.
His books can be a bit dense at times,
Hmm.
but they are just filled with thought-provoking ideas and this contagious optimism about the future.
That's a great suggestion. Reading Fuller is like a mental workout,
It is,
but in the best way possible.
in the best way.
You always come away feeling energized and challenged to think differently.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe you'll even find your own aha moment.
Yeah.
That spark of inspiration that leads you to discover your own unique genius.
So to our listener, as you go about your day, as you encounter challenges and opportunities, remember Buckminster Fuller's question: what are you doing with your genius?
Yeah.
Let it be a reminder of the potential that lies within each of us, the power we have to shape our own lives and the world around us.
Let his legacy serve as a guiding light, reminding us that even in the face of these seemingly insurmountable obstacles, human ingenuity and compassion can prevail.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the extraordinary life and legacy of Buckminster Fuller. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep striving to make the world a little brighter, a little more efficient, a little more